Mic freaking test, bruh. Okay, so first off, I know videos like this are supposed to seem like super like intimate and like not planned out. But first off, I've been thinking about doing this video for the past like 4 weeks. Second off, the AC in here is really loud, so I need to use the mic because white noise, you know? Not really sure how to start this video. I've been thinking about making this for, like I said, the past 4 weeks. Love repeating myself. I think the easiest way to start off is kind of like rewind and just give you like a little explanation of why I've been like MIA for, I think it's only been like 2 or 3 weeks, which is no surprise for this channel. But if you don't know, I moved to Los Angeles. Yes, another YouTuber overpopulating your city. I'm so sorry. I don't know what the fuck that accent was. But yeah, I've been like really busy moving and all that kind of crap. I vlogged a little bit, but I don't know if that's ever going to go up for anybody asking because it was super just like hectic and emotionally like tormenting and very not fun. So I came here for a week, like tried to put my room together. It's a little bit together, very messy still. I have a lot of things is what I learned. So yeah, I'll do a room tour when the room is done. I know a lot of y'all have seen like little bits and pieces of it on my Instagram stories, but I was here for like a week and a half, and then I went back to Miami to take my family to Legoland for my little brother's birthday, and that was nice. It was really nice to see my whole family kind of before I moved out here for good. And yeah, so I know it's really typical for someone to say they're nervous to do this, but if anybody knows me, I'm not one to open up. It's probably a very bad thing. I'm not bragging about it. It is something I wish I didn't have. But yeah, I have a really big problem with just like speaking my mind on an emotional level, unless it's through like some very self-deprecating joke. And I think it's fucking with me again. I was really good mentally for a while, and I think for like the past 5 months I haven't been my best just because a few things happened and like just I feel like my life changed a lot in the past 5 months, and instead of just facing it head on and like feeling what I needed to feel in the moment, I kind of hid it all away and it started like bubbling up, and I don't feel like I've been as creative as I was in like the winter or fall. Well, it would be the fall. Or I just don't feel as like alive as I used to, which is super fun. And I do plan on getting a therapist while I'm out here for anybody who's gonna like comment that and say that's what I should do. I do plan on doing that. But yeah, it's just been really hard, and I know a lot of y'all have noticed that I haven't been my best. Kind of doing it for myself. I just want to restart, and I was really inspired by Shane Dawson's videos with Bunny. If you haven't watched those, she kind of explained how sometimes she feels like she needs to be reborn, and I 100% agree with that. It's why I change my hair so often. It's why I like move stuff around in my room. Like I'll move my bed around, like I'll start new skincare, I'll buy new makeup, like I'll change something in my life because I feel like I need a reset, and like a quick reset. And I don't think I've given myself that, like whether it be physically with my hair or anything, or like with just anything in my life recently. But this moving thing, I feel like could be such a good reset for me, and I could really like get back to my shit. And I do have things coming. I know that's so annoying for YouTubers to say. Like I haven't been gone, just kind of like tormenting myself in life and like putting out like random content. I don't even know what the fuck I'm saying. Things are happening, but I just feel like I'm in this creative rut, and like Bunny, I feel like it's because I have been hiding my personal life, because a lot of you know I don't like to bring my personal life to the camera on a deeper level than me loving my family, because I was raised in a household where it's like your business is your business and nobody else's business. And God bless my family, but I think that kind of fucked me up as a kid because, like, I don't talk about the way I feel. Like, I have a hard time even talking to my boyfriend about what I'm thinking, or, like, friends. And I, like, just find myself in these holes that, like, I don't know what to do. And, yeah, I've just, like, dug myself back into that hole the past few months, and it doesn't feel good. Like, I feel like I can't do anything. I don't feel creative anymore. And I just want to make this video to kind of, like, reset online, at least. Because I don't want to, like, pick up and, like, keep moving with my life and, like, reset personally and then leave you all kind of hanging. Even though it's not your business, like I said, I'm mainly doing it for me because I feel like my way of coping sometimes is, like, putting it online. Like, that's why I made the college video. The whole decision of whether I was going to college or not was really fucking me up, and I knew making a video about it would make me feel better, and it did, because sometimes it just feels good to have someone to relate to, and I felt so good when so many people who I, like, didn't know and people who I did know and, like, loved and, like, loved watching felt the same way I did. And it's kind of why I'm making this video, because like, oh my god. Okay, so one of the things that kind of sent me into this, like, spiral was my mom died. And for any of you who don't know, my mom left me and my family when I was about 6 years old. I think I was like 6, about to turn 7, or yeah, I was about to say vice versa, but that would mean I was 7 turning 6. So yeah, I hadn't seen her or had any, like, one-on-one contact with her for 12 years? No, 13 years. So over a decade. I didn't see her. I didn't talk to her. She would sometimes say happy birthday through my dad, but I never wanted to talk to her. Me and my siblings didn't want to talk to her. It's one of those things where you have, like, a grudge against this person, because I'm not about to give you my whole biopic or autobiography. I don't even know. I don't know words. I'm not about to give you my whole life story, especially because my life story involves other people who I would want their consent, and I did get the consent from my family to make this video, because I think that's important. But yeah, I think when a parent leaves you and your life becomes very hard very fast and everything changes and it's just shitty, you have a grudge against that parent no matter what. And this video isn't really to tell you how to feel about your family. I know a lot of people got mad about this tweet. I'll insert it here. A lot of people got mad about that. But at the end of the day, I'm not forcing you to do anything. So, like, live your life how you want. I'm just speaking from my experience and how, like, I've grown as a person the past 2 years and how I've decided to, like, live my life. And, this happening, like, it's fucked up. Forgiving is a hard thing. It's not easy. It takes a few years. It took me years to kind of, like, turn back to my family and realize that, like, whether they, like, hurt me or not, I decided to forgive them, because after this happened, I didn't have the chance to let this person know that I didn't have a grudge anymore. I was past it. And, I don't even know if I was fully past it. I think now I'm still working through it. Even though it happened in January, like 7 days after my birthday, which sucks. Yeah, so yeah, I long before this happened, I had already forgiven, like, my family who I was close to for all the mistakes we've made, like, to each other, or, like, they've made towards me. Like, all the times I've hurt them or they've hurt me, I had, like, let go of that already. And I think in the process of doing that, I definitely, like, I didn't have any anger towards my mom anymore. Obviously I was still pretty broken about the way my life went, but I don't think I'd go back and have my life go any other way. I don't think I'd go back and force her to stay, because if she stayed, I wouldn't be the person I am today. And I'm not really gonna say how she died because, again, please just respect the fact that like I don't feel the need to say it. It's not my story to tell. Like, her life isn't my story to tell. I guess what I'm trying to say is, you don't have forever. You don't have forever to, like, tell someone you forgive them or to get over things. And I'm not telling everybody to get over what your parents have done to you or to get over your parents leaving you. That, please understand, that's not the point. I think I've just come to the conclusion that my dad was right. Because, same thing happened to him. His father left him, and then when his father died, he would always tell me that it still hurts because you've shared years with this person, and when they're gone, you kind of wish you could have just been like, we're all victims of some bullshit, and I'm not gonna carry this to my grave, and I'm not angry anymore. And I guess it kind of hurts because I'm not gonna beat myself up about it, because at the end of the day, there's nothing you can do. I know I had every right to feel the way I did when she was alive. Because it hurts to be abandoned like that and to be left behind and forgotten about. And my godfather told me a very true statement of, you can't sing woulda, coulda, shoulda all your life. You kind of just have to find peace in yourself and let it go, which is true, because I can't go back and undo it. And even if I could, I'm not sure if I would, unless I knew what was coming. But I didn't know what was to come. In my head, I always imagined, like, 20 years from now, when I was older and maybe had kids of my own, and I was like, oh, I want to talk to my mom, I forgive her. But now I can't. And I guess my whole thing is, I just want anybody who, when it happened to me and my siblings, we didn't know how to react. Because it's one of those things, like, no one prepares you for. When you think of your parents, like, passing away, it's always like you think of it happening when you're way older, and you think about finding peace in them and finding peace in yourself, and then being able to let go as this beautiful thing, and not it being like 1 minute you're at dinner and then 1 minute you're rushing home to hear horrible news. Also, this is a picture of me and Sophia at the side. But yeah, I feel like this video is getting kind of rambly. But that happened, and after that happened, I gave myself like a week to kind of like cope a little with my family, and then I just kept moving on with my life, and I didn't want to think about it, and I didn't want to handle it, and I wanted to convince myself that I was over it, and that just piled on onto all these other issues of me just like keeping that in, and everything bubbling up, and me knowing I had to leave my family, and I felt guilty about leaving my family because I started feeling like my mom leaving us, and it was just all this shit, and I should have just talked about it. I've been open about it, and I, for a while, was very scared y'all would find out without me saying it and think I was fucking insane for that happening, and then the next like 2 days later being like, what up, bitches, I'm gonna stick my dick in some peanut butter, like. And I just didn't want to bring it, I just didn't want to talk about it, especially online, because people have so much shit to say. But I'm done playing the whose life is harder game, because I don't know your life and you don't know my life, and you don't need to make me feel guilty about the way I think about my life unless I'm hurting other people in the process with like that purpose of hurting people. And like, I'm not gonna judge you with the way you live your life unless it's hurting people. And I just want to let that out because I was really scared of someone else finding out before I got to say it, because I think it's my truth to tell. I don't think it's anybody else's business to tell. And I started thinking about it and thinking about my little sister, and about how she also felt like she didn't know who to talk to, and like maybe if she saw some dumb hoe making a video like this, she'd understand that it's a normal thing, and it's a normal thing to think about and to wonder what could have happened if I did this, wonder if this and that, and it's like normal. And yeah, so that's why I held that in, and now that's why I'm saying it now. After that, it kind of became hard to function normally because I was so family driven, and by this time I had long begun to love my family with an unconditional love that I didn't have when I was 16 or 17, which is normal. If right now you don't get along with your family, it's perfectly normal. My circumstances are so much different. I've traveled the whole country, and I've been away from my family for like days or weeks at a time, and I've had time to sit alone and like think about things, and I feel like I've maybe grown a little faster than I needed to, but it's why I love my family so much, because I've just learned faster. And it's normal if you're my age, if you're 19 and you don't have this close connection to your family, and it's normal if you'll never have this connection to your family. I'm just making this video just to talk about me. It's all about me. But yeah, I got lost. I would like keep looking around and I keep getting distracted. So I just got so focused on my family for the next few months, and I kind of started disconnecting from social media a little, just because it became like hard to focus on certain things because my mental space just hasn't been right. I haven't given myself the chance to like sit down and reevaluate my life, or even like journal it all out and like figure out what's going on in my head. But I like want a clean slate so bad. Like I just want to get back to being able to make things and being able to do things that I love to do. And I still love doing this, and I love making things and like sharing things, but it just got hard because with everything happening, I also just like I lost all my confidence, and I became so insecure and so worried about what people were thinking about me, and like did people know what was happening in my life, and like if they did know, what would they think, and if I acted this way, would anybody be able to tell? And oh my god, people can tell that I'm not acting the same. Like, how do I act the same? And okay, so I'm in the middle of editing this video right now, and one thing I do want to add that's also like kind of been affecting me is that I know I've changed over the past year in general. I've just been growing up, and I'm having like pains of like letting go and growing up and like moving on from the person I once was, and I'm trying to just like reconnect with what once made me super happy when I was 18 or 17 or 18, and like how I can like make those things make me happy now. And I just want to add that because it was I didn't touch all the bases in this video. I touched the main base that I wanted to touch, but yeah, that's the thing. The audio of this won't be as good because I don't have a microphone in, and you'll hear the AC, but I just want to add that it's also like growing pains and like pains of change, and like changing where I live and changing like who I know and things like that. And like I got mixed up with a group of people that made me think about life differently and made me more insecure, and it was a lot. So I just want to add that for anybody who's kind of confused and like thinking, oh, this is all that happened to you. It was a lot of other stuff. I don't know why I'm playing a competition of like everything in the world happened to me at once, but yeah. It just became this whole like vicious cycle I've been running around in for the past few months, and I just really want a clean slate, and I really want to start over, and I really want to be back in like the not graceful, fun, happy, like even if she's dealing with crazy shit in her life, ENYA from like 6 months ago. And that's what I want. That's like all I want in my life. I just want to not be so like angry and like sad and shit all the time. And I really do think, and I hope, and I like pray this helps. And I think it will. It like needs to. And I have to go get a therapist, and I know I've just been avoiding it because I've been so busy. And my fucking nail lady made my nails look like toes, so now I have toenails for my hands. So yeah, that's been the update. This video is very long. I'm sorry. I feel like there were other points I was gonna hit. Oh, and I just wanted, and this is something I want to read that I wrote the week she died, because it's pretty brutal, but I want everybody to know it's fucking normal, baby. Like, coping with death is a weird thing. I really did feel like I had no one who would understand what I was feeling, even though I had my siblings, but none of us really talked, and I wish we did more about it. We have now, but, you know, I wish at the time we knew what to say or what to think, and we talked to each other about it. And, I love y'all. That's to my siblings, not y'all, but I do love y'all. Thanks for, like, if you've gotten this far, thanks. Oh, okay, so this is February 1st. I realized literally no one knows how to talk to me about my mom because of the relationship I had with her, because she played such a negative role in my life. People don't know if they should brush it off like it means nothing or sympathize. It's the worst. I feel so off and out of tune with my emotions, and I feel myself constantly dazing in and out. I don't know if I've ever felt this before. I wish it was as simple as losing someone I truly loved, but it isn't. It's this weird heaviness of losing someone I had already lost when I was a kid. It's losing someone I thought I'd later in my life have a chance to find closure with. Instead, I was stripped of that. I don't get to have that. I have to find that in myself, and I do not know if that's something I have. And even if she did my family wrong, it hurts, because now I'm stuck in the soup of what-ifs. And even if it's unhealthy, I have regrets on letting my childhood grudge get in the way of reconciliation. I can't say that word right. And the thing is, I don't hate her. I wish this all played out differently. It just is not fair, and I don't wish this confusion and sadness on anyone. I just want to feel lightweight again. I want to be able to focus on work and not feel like I'm hiding something, like everyone knows and wants to know. I don't even know what to do or how to feel. Someone in this situation. Oh, fuck. I keep messing up. I'm sorry. I don't even know what to do or how does someone in this situation act. How does someone whose mom who hasn't been around for over a decade act? How fast do I move on? How long will this last? I have so many questions. I just want to be okay and back to normal. I'm still a kid and this is not fair. I want to cry. I want to disappear and I want it all undone. I want her to be alive and living her separate life still. I don't want to think about the only way I have her now is in ashes, and I wanted a mother in life who took care of me when I was younger, and now I just want the mother I had, the one who didn't do that. I do not like death. I despise it. I feel so unfairly treated, like my deal of cards for life was a scam. I feel duped. That was back in February. I think now I've moved on a little, as you can see. Still makes me cry. I'm just a sensitive person. I don't want any of you to be worried. I just kind of want to lay my cards on the table and say what's been happening. So I think being open is maybe what I just need to start doing so I feel more comfortable in my own skin again. And maybe if something like that is out in the open and you guys understand like what kind of sent me into this few months of a spiral, you'd understand. And I know for some people it's still going to be confusing because you're still going to be like, oh, I thought you hated her, blah, 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 blah. It's pretty hard to explain, but again, I know it's normal to feel the way I'm feeling because that's still my mother who I shared 6 years of my life with, and I still have good memories, and I still remember things she said to me that I still think about today. And it's pretty fucked up how when someone dies, that's when you remember all the good things, because when she was alive, all I could think about were the horrible things she did and her leaving. So I guess, yeah, I just want to say, love your family. If they're horrible and toxic and disgusting, don't. But if they're just fucking idiots like you and they're making mistakes and they just annoy you because they're telling you to wash the dishes, please just find love in them. You really never know what's going to happen. And I know that's such a cliche thing to say, but I think about it every day. Every day I text my family, I talk to them, and I just want to make sure that, God forbid, anything ever happens, that we all know we loved each other. And I think that's important. And, yeah. That's why I've been out of shape in every aspect of my life. And yeah, and that's why it's been hard to move, because when that did happen, I did like immediately think like, how can I leave my family after this? But after a few months, we all found peace in each other and we all love each other so much, and we know this is a good decision for me. And I hope this wasn't too long of a video. And if you have a parent who has left you, I'm not telling you to forgive them, because I didn't forgive her when she was alive, but I'm just saying maybe at least find peace within yourself and understand that if that person stayed around, you wouldn't be who you are today, and find some kind of peace in yourself so that, God forbid, something ever happens, it's easier to cope with. And maybe let them know you're not angry anymore if you're not angry anymore, because I do wish, and I know I shouldn't think about the past like that, but I definitely do wish and will always wish that I, at some point, at least let her know I wasn't angry and I didn't hate her anymore. And I never hated her. I was just sad and disappointed. But, thank God I had my dad, and I had a good family, so I don't have much to complain about. So yeah, sorry this video was fucking annoying. I just felt like I need to do this. To like move on. And just start over, and just to let things go and let them be open, like, and out in the open. And find my fucking peace. And I do feel better now that I've sat here and said all that. So yeah, expect a new video next week. Not one like this though, like a better one, like a more like fun, like hee hee ha 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 video. So yeah, thank you for listening. If you listened all the way, I think I said that 8 times because I've tried to end this video so many times, but I just keep on talking. But yeah, thanks for standing by me when I'm going through a bump like this, for all the people that have kept watching my videos and that have kept liking my stupid pictures and tweets. Thank you. So yeah. Peace out, bros.